Hello and welcome to today's Yogalates flow for lower body strength. In today's practice, we will be emphasizing the inner thighs and the adductors, which can often be overlooked throughout day-to-day activities. So give yourself the space and the time to really guide your awareness to these more subtle regions of the body. When you're ready, let's get started. Turning to face the short edge of your mat, coming into a seated position, knees are bent, placing your palms underneath the thighs, and we'll perform several variations of cat and cow in this position, rounding and elongating the spine, helping us mobilize the back body. Find that integration of the abdominal muscles, relaxing the shoulders, noticing where you're feeling sensation today. From here, using core strength to gently roll the back down onto the mat, one vertebra at a time, and we'll set up for supine bound angle, soles of the feet together, grounding down through the blade edges of the feet. Knees are bent, knees are splayed wide, softening the hips, the inner thighs. You might like to place one palm on the belly and the other on the heart space, fostering a deeper connection to the breath, allowing yourself to really embody the essence of this moment. No judgment, no criticism, simply an open curiosity for what is happening for you right here, right now. Reminding yourself that the breath is always here for you to help anchor you in the present moment. So if ever a posture feels at all challenging, allow the breath to guide you to a space of ease, acceptance, and tranquility. On your next inhale, engaging the inner thighs, returning the knees to face skywards, grounding down through the soles of the feet. Feet are hip-width distance apart. Preparing for a traditional bridge lift, raising the pelvis, the lower back, the mid-back, squeezing the glutes and the inner thighs at the top, softening the facial features, and gently rolling down one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Lifting up again, finding your rhythm. The arms are there to support you, but we're really grounding down through the feet here, and we're using the strength of the glutes and the hamstrings as well as the inner thighs to help lift that pelvis. This is a beautiful exercise to practice for anyone who spends a large portion of the day in sedentary activities. Keep the hips up, interlace your fingers together behind the back, drawing the shoulder blades together, opening the heart space, and we'll begin to raise one heel off the mat at a time. Raising one heel, lowering it down, and raising the other heel. This time we'll raise one heel, keep it elevated, raise the other heel, and then lower the first foot down and the second foot. Finding whatever modification of these heel lifts work for you. This is a beautiful way to as well strengthen the arches of the feet, the calf muscles, and really turn on the hamstrings. This time raising both heels and gently lowering the pelvis down. Beautiful work, knees to chest. Maybe finding a circle in both directions. Allowing yourself to release any stagnant energy that might be lingering about the body, about the mind. Returning the feet to the earth. This time we'll come up into a bridge lift with our feet together. Lower down and lift, just like this. So we've got the inner feet touching, the ankles, the inner thighs, the knees, they're all squeezing together here. So you might notice that with this variation, the pelvis doesn't lift up as high, but that is okay. The intention of this variation of bridge is to really turn on the adductors. Really try and visualize what's going on in your inner thighs. Imagine the muscles contracting and supporting you here. From this capacity to imagine what is going on within, we are truly able to embody the essence of the exercise, and this is where the change starts. A few more lifts. Stay strong. Remind yourself of your inner courage, your resilience. Keep the hips up, keep the feet together, and we're going to open and close our knees out to the side. Squeezing the inner thighs together every time you close the knees. Seeing if you can raise the pelvis a little higher. Contracting the glutes here as well. A few more, you've got this. Breathe through it. Final 2. Beautiful work. Lower the back down, knees to chest. Perhaps this time you might like to rock the body side to side slightly, finding a beautiful release for the lower back. Returning the feet to the earth, again coming into butterfly position, and we'll come up into a butterfly bridge lift. You might like to extend the arms, palms facing towards one another, keeping the knees splayed wide, using pelvic strength, glute strength, outer and inner thigh strength to help you lift and lower that pelvis with control. Final few. See if you can lift the hips a little higher. Keep the hips up and pulse. Small pulses, really squeezing the glutes here. Final 3, 2, 1, and release. Great job, knees to chest, taking any organic movement here. When you're ready, coming to lie down on your right hand side. So we're going to rest on our right forearm, elbow is underneath the shoulder, crossing your left leg on top of the right, grounding down through the left foot. Right leg is extended, flexing the foot. We're going to lift and lower that right leg, really pushing out through that right heel to help you elongate the leg. And we're really activating the inner thighs here, so allow that to be the region of the body that is helping you lift and lower the leg. Softening the facial features, engaging the core here so that we are protecting the lower back. And by engaging the core, I mean sucking the navel towards the spine. Keep the leg up and pulse, small pulses. And point the foot and begin to create circles in one direction. These don't have to be big movements. I imagine that you are feeling it, and that is great. You are turning on the right muscles here. Keep it up. Final 2 circles in this direction, and swapping the direction. Great work. Last circle, and gently release. Beautiful work. Extending both legs, extending the right arm out and resting the side of your face on your right arm. We're going to lift our top leg, keep it raised, and begin to lift and lower our bottom leg to meet the top leg. Again, this is a tremendous strengthening exercise as it really isolates the inner thighs. Making sure that you tap that right foot, the right leg down on the earth every time before you re-raise that leg. That's going to help you maximize your range of motion. Beautiful work. Okay, setting up to take these exercises on the other side. And this time propping yourself up on your left forearm, bending the right leg, placing the right foot in front of the left leg, flexing the left foot, keeping the leg extended, and beginning to lift and lower that leg. Final 2 lifts, and we'll keep that leg up and pulse, small pulses, ever so slightly raising and lowering that foot a few centimeters, keeping the activation in your inner thighs. From here, pointing the foot and beginning to create some circular movements. Checking in what's going on with the upper body. Can you create space between the shoulders and the earlobes? Softening the facial features, maybe inviting a smile onto your lips. See how this goes. And swapping the direction of the circles. You can do this. This is our second last exercise and we are done. Stay strong. Last circle. Great job. Okay, coming to lie down on your left hand side. Both legs are extended this time. Feet are flexed, resting the side of your face on the left arm. We're going to raise the top leg, keep it elevated, and begin to lift and lower that bottom leg. Know that you can always use your right palm, your right fingertips to press into the earth here to support you. Or if you'd like a challenge, keep that arm elevated. Maybe raise it skywards or rest it on top of that right thigh. This is our last exercise. You've got this. Tapping the feet together and release. Well done. Okay, let's come into a stretch. We'll come into a seated butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana. Soles of the feet together, knees splay wide, either staying upright or hinging from the hips and coming into a forward fold. Finding your variation. Gifting yourself one more mindful breath in butterfly pose. And mindfully guiding the torso upright. Beautiful work. We're going to come into frog pose. This can be quite a demanding posture, so give yourself the space and the time to land fully here. To enter this posture, ground down through your palms, keeping the palms underneath the shoulders, and begin to splay the inner thighs wide, so guiding the knees away from the midline. Keeping the shins and the ankles aligned with the knees, feet are turned out to the edges of the mat. And we want to guide our pelvis, our inner thighs down towards the mat without arching the lower back. So really keeping the lower abdomen contracted here. If you notice that the lower back is arching significantly, you could always place a bolster or a block underneath your lower belly to really help support you here. And if that's still too much, know that you could always do a half frog. So in this variation, we'd have one leg out at a 90-degree angle, the knee would be in line with the hip, and you'd have the other leg extended backwards. This is a lot more accessible, so find what feels good for you. Beautiful work. Okay, mindfully guiding yourself out of the posture, returning to a seated position. Inhale, raise the arms skywards. Exhale, lower the palms to heart center. Thanking yourself for showing up here today and nourishing the mind, the body, and the soul. I wish you all true peace and joy. Namaste.